So I've been asked to take a look at the structured activity number 3 in chapter 4.2. So this is brokerage information for the speed of execution and overall satisfaction score. Part A is to draw a scatter diagram. So we draw the scatter diagram by highlighting all of the data, including the label. We click on Insert. They have a modified menu. This is not the menu you would see necessarily in your Excel, but we want a scatter diagram with only markers for the data. And this is what that diagram looks like. So in addition to that, they want to know the slope, the intercept. They give the speed of brokerage discussed, the average speed of execution, and the estimation of the overall satisfaction rating. So let's go back to the problem to make sure we understand what we're being asked to do. So in answering part A, the correct scatter diagram is diagram A, I believe. This is the one that most closely matches the scatter diagram that we created. The difference is, of course, they have cropped the scales on both the X and the Y, but this is the overall diagram we created. And even though it's not the best positive relationship, overall is a positive relationship. As the X value increases, the Y values tend to increase as well. So that's a positive relationship. Part C, we want a least squares estimated regression equation. So the quickest way to execute that least squared regression equation in Excel would be to use the simple linear regression function within the data analysis tool. So in the interest of time, I'm going to copy this data into a new spreadsheet. I'm going to use my data analysis tool to perform the regression. First is the Y range. Satisfaction is the Y variable. X variable. I did highlight the labels. We use the standard 95% confidence interval. I'm going to output this in the same worksheet here. They haven't asked for residuals, so I won't select any residuals right now or normal plots. So the intercept is given only to 2 decimal places. The speed, which in this case is the slope, also given to simply 1 decimal place. So the intercept is 1.32, and that slope value is 0.6. So it seems that in doing the regression equation, 1.32 is the intercept, the y-intercept. If the speed were 0, the slope for the speed is 0.6. What this means is the slope of the line is approximately 0.6. So for every 1 unit increase in the speed of execution, the overall satisfaction rating will increase by approximately, this is 0.6 points. Now, for this last problem, it's kind of odd as to what they're asking for. They want to know if one of the investment banks is able to increase their average speed of execution to equal the average of the other 10, what would the overall satisfaction rating be? So I've taken these scores and I've removed the 2.2 and calculated the average based on the remaining speeds. So that would make the average 3.26. So then I assume they want us to put the 3.26 into that regression equation and determine what the overall rating would be. So let's just do it here. So we have 1.32 plus a 3.26 times 0.6. I've done something wrong there. Hit the equal sign instead of the plus. I left that in there just to show you that even your instructor makes mistakes. So I've got 3.376. And you heard me say 3.376, but it was actually 3.276. To go back to it, which also gives us the correct answer.